Okay.
Hello.
Hello, hello, good yeah,
Good
good evening,
happy
everybody.
evening.
Happy evening. Yeah, today is the second Thursday of May. Yes, time really flies, huh? Yeah. So tonight we are going on something quite we say serious lah because there's no play lah in a way. Yeah, Auntie Boleh also sometimes to be serious, Auntie Boleh also sometimes we talk serious thing lah. But when sometimes we need to have fun, we do have fun. Okay, so we have to see the situation. Yes, yeah. So tonight we are talking on something workplace bullying. Yeah, you see, workplace we can be on many things. Actually we can touch on like work. Actually, bullying can be what? Verbal, right? Huh? Verbal can be, by action or whatever it is. But to tonight's bullying, we also actually link to something like recent cases, and we heard a lot. Yeah. So let's come now. Let's see what is actually. No, not actually everybody knows, because everybody experienced differently. If those that ever worked before, right? So let's watch a video. They will explain actually what is actually more appropriate. What is the workplace bullying? Okay. So now let's watch the video. Yeah.
Okay, wise guy. Well, here's something less obvious. While workplace bullying includes the kind of behaviour we typically associate with bullying,
Good morning, fellow co-worker.
Get out of my face, loser.
it also includes other more subtle forms of unreasonable behaviour, like this,
Hey, let's all go out for lunch today, but don't tell you know who.
and this.
This job you've given me seems pointless and it isn't part of my job.
Yeah, but what are you going to do about it?
And even though they're being a total jerk, it's kind of a good question. What are you going to do about it? Well, you could start by checking your work's policy on bullying. You might like to talk to someone you trust, maybe a friend,
I had a similar thing happen to me once, and it feels crap.
or a manager, supervisor, or HR.
Just how awful this must be for you. Now that I know, we can nip this in the bud.
Or maybe even the person who's giving you a hard time.
Excuse me, this is not okay and it has to stop.
Or if all that doesn't work,
I said, get out of my face, loser.
you might like to consider taking it further.
Hello, Inspector? I need to speak to someone about bullying.
Because here's something else that might not be obvious. You never have to tolerate that crap, and you deserve better. Obviously.
Yeah. So from the video, actually, we can see workplace bullying. Actually, it can happen in any of the office sometimes. So can we just say, please do not do so? Or sometimes when we are new, I remember, yeah, lah, my mentor the other time, they are not so, but then we do sort of a, sometimes when the way they talk, they do have, it looks like they have the authority, what they want to do, what they want to say to you. Well, they can do that. So do last time maybe we because when the time I was working, that was a long time ago now. So do we take that as bullying at work? Maybe we don't. Oh, we say, oh, this is very natural lah. They have the right to do so lah. I don't know lah, right? So maybe these are the things that brought down, and I don't know why is it now becoming serious, or because now we are more to be what do you call that, more like notice or more aware of all this kind of thing. That's why we find that there are actually many workplace bullying. Yeah. So Jim, would you like to talk more about this thing? What do you think about this workplace bullying?
Hello, Auntie Bole, Esther Smalin, and all the viewers. Yes, workplace bullying. Um, I have been working for 20, 30 years. And of course, initially when I first started, I'm very afraid to go to a new job. And even though we are qualified in a certain way, but experience, we have zero experience, especially the first day of work. So we look forward to learn. So I do not know at that time whether in today's term is called bullying or not. Yes, we got scolded by our not only superior, even those who are of lower rank than us, but they are more experienced. Sometimes they will say that why you're so stupid. To us, we take it like okay, like it's part of learning. And why tell you so many times you still don't know, and sometimes they shout at us. Then to us, part and parcel of learning. But I do not know about nowadays how the employees take this if their colleagues or their boss were to raise their voice to them. Uh, to me, it's part of experiencing, learning, and of course, sometimes I did not like it. I just tolerate it, and luckily, I did not um, absorb their way of behavior when later on I have more experience, because I have felt that way, humiliated, you can say, and also been felt so inferior. Uh, but as the years go on, we gain more experience, and we did not it did not instill into us to do that to others. So whether it's bullying or not, I take it as learning experience. Yeah, Esther.
From personal experience on bullying, also when it come to my first job lah. First job, I get my first job when I was 33 years old. Then only I start my first job. After working for some time, on the bed, when lying down on the bed at night, I keep on thinking, well, which species of cattle I'm in. I whether I'm a cow or I'm a what. I mean, I just didn't feel that I'm a human anymore. I feel that I'm a cattle, like have to work, this and that. I find that oh, it's not that. So, but luckily my colleague are very supportive lah. My colleague said, you don't pay so much attention to our superior, so and so, because she is a type that is moody one. Her mood swing. So everybody know, and nobody can work that long. So you just you are considered the best already. You never carry on so smoothly lah. So from the story that they tell me, at least there is something that I can hold on. If not, I find that how come working is like this. Because they just like the senior, they can just say anything. So then as a newcomer, really don't know anything. Oh, in this one, we have to listen, just listen and then not say back, because we don't know, really don't, many things to learn, many things to pick up, are still very green. When very green that time, I really don't have the confidence to say anything that we think is right. Although we think that it's right, but still have no confidence to say. So if in an environment like this, talk to supportive colleague is a very good way to solve to at least feeling emotionally being supported. And then good is lucky part is that although she is moody, that means sometimes her mood swing to something that is so bad that didn't treat us like a human being. But sometimes she would over treat us like we are the VVIP. Wow, she would buy something that we haven't tasted before or bring you to shopping and do this and do that. It's it's so it's so different It's so different. So sometimes if she is not that good we think of wow, she can be that good also. In just we have to adjust. Normally, if we face someone that we think is bully, we have to first thing we have to safeguard ourselves, not to be emotionally hurt. Otherwise, really, really can't survive. Can't survive. Very hard. Can't survive. Yeah, it will not be healthy then.
Yeah, thank you, Esther, for the sharing. Yeah, sometimes we work, they make like a cow, like 做牛做马 in Mandarin it says, right? But for me so far because I've been working a clerk, accounts clerk and all this but so far I would say thankful that my superior, my friends are all this, they are very kind to me. All this while I would say, yeah, all this while my working experience I would say is very nice. Yeah, my friends on the online, would you like to write down any let's say let's be interactive, just write down your comments or whatever things that You want to share about the workplace bullying or whatever things that you, good thing, bad thing you would like to share, yeah, why not take this chance that we all can be interactive, yeah. So now let's look at the current issue of workplace bullying, and it has become a very national, yeah. Malaysia is really a big issue among us. Jim, would you like to share the PowerPoint and we see how is the situation now? Yeah, yeah. Or Jim, maybe you want to elaborate on this.
Yeah, now is the in news. You hear so many you see so many articles in the papers, all sorts of papers, even overseas papers also talk about our Malaysia, the junior doctor's death, that sparks a lot of uh, issues, and people were saying, is it a bullying culture in Malaysia? Like this Straits Times, it is a very recent paper. It mentioned that is this happening all this while in the Malaysian public hospitals? Of course, our topic, we talk about workplace bullying, but now it seems even in a prestigious job, like a doctor, the trainee doctor, junior doctor, they also have bullying culture. Or is it? Let's just look at this paper. You see, like this first slide, it shows that. Then it's from the Straits Times. It's also from the Straits Times. Then they say bullying of housemen and open secret. So it has been happening, and why is it still it's so open and yet a secret? Huh? So maybe viewers, you want to give your point of view, you can write in the chat too, or even after this session, you can still continue writing. Because it's an issue that involves our community. It's an issue that uh, we are shocked to see, even it caused a death of someone. Like on the 17th of April, there's this trainee doctor. He just fell off from his the place he stayed. The apartment is after only 3 weeks in the hospital. So some were saying that is it due to bullying? Some, so it's still under investigation. But because of that case, many papers are writing about it, the abuse of trainee doctors in Malaysia. This news was yesterday, news 11 May, is in the Star. So the MCA youth also come in to talk about it. Many political parties also come in to talk about this issue. Yeah, and let's look at the next slide. And the junior doctors, they even accuse MMA, the Malaysia Medical Association, of not really taking care or view these bullying cases as serious. So now it's also internal among the association there. They are also looking into this matter, and let's see what will happen the next few days or the next few weeks. It's a very hot topic now. And TRP is the Rakyat Post. Rakyat Post also mentioned that actually this is mentioned that the Malaysia Medical Association did say that since 2017, they have received over 100 complaints about workplace, especially on bully by the house of the houseman and senior, so all this bullying takes place. And yes, and it's also mentioned by the Malaysian Medical Association President, Dr. Ko Kachai. Essentially it's a long known issue. So because of the recent death on the 17th of April, the issue have been brought up again. This is the president of MMA. He did mention that only a handful of serious bullying cases involving housemen. Why is it seems a lot more now? Is because there are so many housemen now. So the percentage may not have increased, but because of the number of junior doctors around or the housemen around, that's why you can see the number have grown. This is one of the reason he gave. So this is a little bit about the current situation that is very hot topic now. Yeah. So back to you, Auntie Boleh.
Yeah. Thank you, Jim, for sharing about this. Yeah. So I also have read, I have read this issue. Actually, the two this houseman, that one is actually is happening in 2020, where he committed suicide because of the bullying, and then this one is just recently in April, where he jumped down from the high rise. So because of these two happening in Penang and this thing happened that attract people's attention, as you say now more housemen. And I don't know why this thing is happening. Like I have a friend is actually is a very genuine because it's actually houseman is not easy. They say they are working they are 6 days. They have to work minimum 60 hours. That means a week. That means one day is about 10 hours. Yeah, some okay. But I say that when it's not the 10 hours. Okay, let's say for example, you work from 7 to 5, 7 a.m. to 5, but then you cannot come back at 5. You have to what the next person you have to think the next shift person. But then by the time you stay back, it may be 10 o'clock. So if when he work a night shift 7 to 7, okay, when 7, oh, you cannot come back immediately because you still again you need to hand over things. But if there's operation, the doctor will ask you to go in and you come back at 12. So you imagine 7 to 12 is more than 15, 16 hours. So that means we sometimes we as mother and again we see our yeah, we know the doctor is not easy, but they have to go through this kind of thing. So the mother also feel it actually is not easy task. My friend, I become my friend's son. So they say, is it the right choice that last time people always encourage you to be a doctor? So is it that doctor we have to go through all this bullying? Is it so-called bullying? Because I read through this, these are the genuine. I read through the news from the TV8 now, the Chinese one. They say they sometimes even scold the doctor in front of the patient, and then some they dare not go to toilet, so they have the urinary tract infect. I mean, an infection and all this kind of thing. So they're verbal, they scold and all this kind of thing. So we don't know if these things happening. So as a mother and as a senior to I mean our relative all this, what do you think about all this kind of thing? How will they be? Some they say they've been affected until they have mental issue and this kind. What do you think about this? Maybe you can share, Esther.
Yes, very sad case. So so sad. I can also feel it. Because doctors, they are it's one of the prestigious occupation that we have. We respect the doctors, and now to see them going through all this during their houseman or during their practical, is so sorry for them lah. So sorry for them. After studying 6 7 years, and they have to go through houseman. Maybe I'm not too sure nowadays. Is it 2 or 3 years? And some of them couldn't find a place to do houseman now, and they have to wait for 1 or 2 years before they can get a training place in the hospital. And once they enter the hospital, and this thing happen, oh, the many things that they have to go through is really so sad lah to hear that. Luckily, I didn't go for the profession as a doctor. I'm a pharmacist, so I escaped all that. But as even as pharmacists, when we are first in the job, also in the medical hospital, we do have not that serious, but it does it did happen. It did happen, but maybe I am strong at that time. I don't know. But again, we are not in the shoe of the person, so we do not know. Yeah, very sad to hear this. And hopefully, uh, employers or even colleagues can be more humane because we are all human beings now. Yeah, so we hope that everyone will treat everyone properly, and if ever there is any bullying case, the action need to be taken, and hopefully the management team will do something about that. Yeah, Esther.
Agree. I find that as a doctor, we respect doctor because their intention to be a doctor is to help people, right? Is to at least to cure people. I mean, in a way, they have a kind heart to be a doctor. So to be a doctor, and then if we just like coming in, have to go through all this, I find that it's nonsense. Mama doesn't let this carry on. If we find that if something that is not so right, I think they have to find a way and to voice out, or they have to group up to get an advocacy at least so at least someone can advocate for them, can talk, can speak up for them. Sometimes they find that they have to follow it, cannot do anything is because there is stages, right? After that, they have to be approved to this and that. Otherwise, they'll make difficulty and then cannot be approved. But anyhow, we cannot let this carry on because when life is concerned, you see now when people cannot take it, they will just jump down. I mean, it's very hard lah. So I find that if regardless whether we can be promoted or not, we have to stop lah. I mean, as a trainee doctor, we also have to find a way that to promotion, not that is another way lah. But have to stop this at the very beginning. Otherwise, it will carry on. It will carry on. If we ourselves don't have the not enough strength, we have to gain up, find a way to gain up. Or for sure, there are some seniors that are more understanding. The one that will bully, I find that mentally is not so sound already. If for one that is mentally sound, they won't bully another person. Because to bully is to show that I'm strong. If I'm not weak, why I must show that I'm strong? Isn't it? So if my mind is so weak, I have to show that I'm strong. Then I start bullying people. So I find that for those that feel that they are being bullied, that means we have to find a way out. Because the person that bully people, that person is not having a sound mind. Not having a sound mind, we cannot let action from unsound mind carry on. Because it's not doing any good for our own self, and then it's so harmful for many others. So I find that I have to find a way out, because doctor is still really need to be respected. They really work hard, study hard, and then go in and work hard for the community.
Thank you, Esther. You're sharing actually, only a weak person need to show that you are strong, and by bullying, you actually show that you are strong. So actually, this is not this way, right? I saw the one of the article also. Now he already a doctor. Yeah, he opened his own clinic. Then the doctor also say sometimes they are really been abused. Even he say sometimes verbally being abused, yes, but sometimes physically they also been abused. They can even do like you go to the operation theater or whatever. So when they are so agitated, they will use the tools or whatever to knock at your knuckle, and all. So this thing does happen. So as you say, maybe is it because of the doctor also has too much pressure from on top? So this is a cycle that comes about. You know, that's why. So that means the department is going to do anything. So now the complaint is because this thing happened. So the KKM say they will have a special task force to check on this. So will this thing carry on? And there are some report come out. One of these commentators say that that's why many doctors they want to work overseas. So what brain drain, is it something like that? So people are going away. So is it also one of the problem? So by wrapping up, Jing, would you like to say anything, add in anything about this bullying at work? Yes, it's a sad thing.
Yeah, whether bullying at work or the hospitals or any bullying, the root cause need to be identified lah. Like what Esther Smalin was saying, the person who do the bullying need to be addressed too. So we really have to go to the root cause or working environment, the workplace policies. So many factors are involved. So like now you see the papers, they are finger pointing here and there. Is that the right way? Finger pointing, and some add in extra stories and make it juicier when you read the news, which is can get the message wrong to the community. So whenever we read news, read with an open mind, and there are so many areas to look into. Later on, some may blame, even the government, and then they blame even the parents why they send their children for the medical school. A lot of blaming will take place. So if it takes one or two deaths to really provoke people, it's sad lah. Since they've already happened, so as viewers or even the community, what can we do to really help in this type of situation? yeah, what we can really do. So maybe you can ponder and think about it, yeah, or be more concerned about your colleagues or your children, be more aware of their situation at work, and to know more about their colleagues, their workplace, because mental health is very important. And with this bullying is really affecting a lot of people mentally. And of course, even in the papers, you do see they have avenue for people to call, like they can call the befrienders, and there are many other numbers. I saw some papers, they do list out some numbers for people to call confidentially if they really need some emotional support. Yeah. Esther Smiley.
Mhm. Yeah. So for those that face bullying, first thing must protect our own self lah. Protect ourselves. If not physically being attacked or what, then it's very hard. Emotionally, we can try to detach. And then physically, that is the first move. We have to be careful not to be hurt. And that is the part. Another thing, we can try to like cut off if can. But normally, if workplace, then we as a colleague we're always facing one another. It's not so easy. But when come to it, also must try to adjust to cut off. But I find that the main thing is still come back to see suffering lah. So that person that act in this way, we see that wow, the person is suffering so much lah. If not, he don't have to find a victim. So that person suffers so much. That's one, we have to help the one that suffers so much. Not means we want to complain. In a way, we not means want to complain about him that he's not doing right. In a way that we are going to find what can help him for him to behave in such a way, right? So can gang up. If with this, we feel that we have more strength, we have more courage, because our intention is to help the person, the person that bully people, that person that is suffering. If he's not suffering, or if he or she is not suffering, he won't act in such a way. This way is immoral. If a person that is sound in mind, that is not deep in suffering or something, that can still in control, they won't hurt other people, they won't behave in such a way, right? So behave in such a way, that means immoral already. That means already out lah, already out of our moral life, moral way. After all, doctors are more, right? So I find that I have to see suffering and be compassionate. When we feel that we have the compassion, we have the courage, we can call up a team and have a meeting. And that the meeting is to care and concern about why he behaved in such a way. Not means you behave, not means how I'm going to respond to how you're doing, but it's the care and concern why you do in such a way. So I find that in this way can be a best friend, maybe. Maybe after that they can be best friend. Because care and concern is there.
Yeah. That's what according to Esther. Then we just now we at the beginning we saw the video. We also say that one of the ways that we can do is to talk to the person, right? That why are you doing this to me and something like that. So actually to talk. So on the other way, what are the things? As just now Lydian also mentioned, the person, he may be very down at that moment. So is there a channel that we can go to and talk to somebody about this? Yeah, it says that we can call those emotional support center. Maybe at that moment you will help. Yeah, we don't know how. It must be very bad for him at that moment that he just never thought of anything. So we just be aware and we keep telling people go for the emotional support. At least at that moment, somebody is with you that you can call the number. Yeah, even for JB, there is a number, is a 0726. I don't remember. So it's it is something like go for any emotional support center. There are so many nowadays in the website. So we just encourage her, and then we are mothers, we are the generation of the mothers. So we do see what do you call that? Our friends' children, they are like that. So we have to remind each other that, or is there, when we are thinking about that, is there any sort of in the doctors, as you say, by chance or whatever, do they go for this kind of I mean, some of them, they do face mental problem. It says that because the pressure too much, uh, some of them, they do like have to stop and go for some, what do you call that? It's lucky that that person realized that, and then he went under this kind of treatment. So those like No, he doesn't realize that he has this problem, and he cannot take it, and it's so bad that he has to jump, right? So at this moment, we really feel that we are sorry about this, and let's work together to help in whatever way. Emotional support is one of the ways. Okay, so it's time to say bye bye, and thank you for viewing. Keep on writing your comments, and we still need you to like interactive on this. Thank you. See you next
Thank
week. Another
you. Yes.
Thank you. Thank
bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Sharing.
Okay.